Why Sunnyv2 left YouTube?
When thinking of YouTube content like creator downfalls and mini documentaries, there's typically one main person that comes to mind, and that is Sunnyv2. Many of you probably know him or at least have heard of him because you're watching this video, but even if you haven't heard of him specifically, you've probably seen videos inspired by his style. I mean, the man basically popularized an entire niche of—
Wait. What the hell? What happened to JCS Criminal Psychology and its dream in the thumbnail? Oh, we dragging it, eh?
Content by himself. And given that he was a pioneer in that space, it's pretty normal that he would be considered the face of it, because with years of daily uploads—
What happened to Diesel Patches? Last seen 6 months ago? Bro, he's daily uploading. I'm confused.
Pulling anywhere from—
Acting like he's a missing child. About to send out the Amber Alert for Diesel Patches. Okay.
1 million to 10 million views. I think it's pretty undeniable that—
Yeah, no, this guy's legitimately made, I think, over $1 million in ad revenue alone.
That you're definitely the face of that genre. And although Sunny is raking in millions of views per video, it didn't always start like that, because he actually first started posting RuneScape gameplay back in like 2015 under—
Wait, what? This is him? Might of Sun? Wait. Oh my god, that actually is his face. I don't know if you can see here. Look, that's his face. Zoom in and enhance. That's him. Might of Sun.
A different channel name called—
And then he went to Sunnyv2. So it literally was version 2 because he left this channel.
Might of Sun.
G'day guys, hope you're all doing alright today. Today I'm just going to put a little discussion question out there while I'm doing Slayer. I'm a bit bored, so I thought I'd make a little video. And the question is, what do you guys think are the 3 hardest and 3 easiest 99s to achieve on RuneScape?
What?
Just doing this.
What are you saying, bro? Can you explain in Mr. Beast terms, please? Are you rising or are you falling? Did you rise and fall and rise again, or are you just falling? Are you down 99%, or what's good?
People who probably have—
It's nice to hear him as a normal person. He's still Australian. I'm confused. This is still a disability.
Haven't achieved their first 99.
And I'm not gonna lie, that name is pretty fire. Like, I can't even hate on it. But wait, now I get it. Might of Sun, Sunnyv2. I think he's just in love with the sun. But after the
Excellent.
RuneScape channel failed, he kept experimenting with different type of content like motivational and Fortnite, and eventually he ended up—
He experimented with motivational content and Fortnite, so he was either David Goggins or Clicks. Very interesting. What is this? The amount of effort you put in, the amount of money you earn? This thumbnail might be the worst I've ever seen. Your entire face looks AI generated. This text is barely visible. Yeah, not good.
Experimenting with—
But I like the idea.
Different type of content like motivational and Fortnite, and eventually he ended up striking gold in the documentary niche. And on a side note, he also removed his face from like everywhere online, so you can't really find those videos anymore, because when he was doing the whole motivational style or Fortnite style, he was using a face cam. But I'm pretty sure after Sunny—
I'm gonna be honest, his voice has been programmed to explain Mr. Beast drama to me. I don't know if he could explain how to change my life. Get up early. Nah, that's not how he sounds, but you know what I'm saying?
V2 started blowing up is when he removed everything off the internet, and he took on the iconic profile
He's trying to be Sneeko.
picture
Look,
he has now, which I think
like
is
it,
like
though.
the general
What is this? Is this supposed to be like the guy who freed the slaves?
or something? I don't know where it's from. And I mean, from just looking at his channel, it seems like everything was going perfectly. But for some reason, around 2 months ago, Sunnyv2 just completely disappeared. No more uploads, no community posts, no tweets, just nothing. It's almost as if he went to go get some milk from the grocery store and just never came back. And I know some of you already knows what that feels like already. Yes, I'm talking to you. Anyway, Sunny's disappearance feels weird for a number of reasons. One being that the way he vanished is usually something smaller creators do when they quit YouTube. You know, they post their last video, log out, and you just never hear from them again. The only difference—
I don't understand what he could be doing now that's more valuable than this. I mean, he's getting legit like 50 million views a month in some months. His best month, he probably made like 200 grand, and it's just like, how are you giving up 200K a month? I mean, I guess he just made it all and he's taking a break, but I don't think he's leaving. What else is going to pay you 200K a month that doesn't take so long to develop and doesn't require an immense amount of skills?
here is that it's Sunnyv2
What else could he be doing?
The guy has 4.4 million subscribers with consistent uploads and constant views. And with a channel of his size, with his community being so active, obviously it's going to raise a lot of red flags. His last upload was on March 20th, 2025, with a video titled How Microtransactions Destroyed Plants vs. Zombies.
Shit, microtransactions did destroy Plants vs. Zombies. Bro, microtransactions ruin everything. Bro, this is why he has subs, because I'm sitting here even agreeing with his titles. I read that title, I'm like, preach, Sonny, preach! Preach, Sonny, and he's on to something, you know? Because all these games, it's just like, it's $1 to play, and then it's $2 to play, and then it's like $20 to play. I don't recall that, you know?
And yeah, nothing about this video felt like a final video or like some kind of goodbye. It was just another regular Thursday upload.
It's not goodbye. See you later, Sonny. I'll see you, bro. Not all heroes wear capes. Some wear headphones. And some even have Australian accents. I'm gonna be honest, dude. Have you ever heard an Australian superhero? Oi, mate, I'm gonna save the day. You're not, though. You're Australian. You're from down under. You're gonna have barbecue. You ain't saving shit. Like, you feel me?
And that's what the comments.
Oh, fuck! That building's burning! We should use it for a barbecue. Like, you're not, you know,
Thought at
that one Overwatch girl, Australian? No, she's British. You're thinking of Junkrat.
Too, because if you scroll down and check the dates of when people commented, 2 months ago, people were actually talking about the video itself, but anything early.
Kanye West PFP, the tragic downfall of Sunnyv2's upload schedule, and he's right.
Earlier than 2 months has turned into a full-on Where Sunnyv2 search party, and at this point, it's literally every single comment asking where he is and if he's okay. And everybody knows when you put a bunch of YouTube enjoyers in a situation where someone disappears,
I
that's
miss him,
where
bro.
all the theories
I actually
start.
do.
And the first theory that a lot
is Chris Tyson.
of people have come up with regarding Sunny and his disappearance is that his channel got completely demonetized. Now on YouTube, when a channel gets demonetized, that means your channel can no longer make money. No ads.
Nah, he would have made a fuss about this.
No revenue, nothing. It's like flipping the off switch on a paycheck. And of course, for any creator that's trying to do YouTube as a full-time job, that's literally a death sentence. Like imagine going to your job and working 8 hours and you made no money. Like you were just there for the fun of it. That's how demonetization feels to full-time content creators. But even in the case of Sunnyv2,
I'm not gonna lie, I would say he should sell merch, but what merch would he sell? Is he gonna slap that slave owner profile picture on a shirt? I'm not buying that, I'm good actually.
8 hours isn't even comparable.
Is he getting the SML treatment? Yeah, he is.
Because if
and also, like, some of this content, I'm gonna give it a buck, is just like, I don't even know who some of this shit is. Joe Rogan beef with his father, I know him. This is like 29 Club Slop, or 27 Club Slop, I mean. Hawk Tua, you know, it's performing. I can't talk shit. I will say,
even in the case of Sunnyv2, 8 hours isn't even comparable, because if you see how edited his videos are, I would estimate they can take up to 40+ hours of editing.
40 hours now.
So imagine putting in that much time and effort into a video and then not being compensated for it. But on the bright side, YouTube ad revenue isn't the only way you can make money on YouTube, because some creators like myself also take sponsorships. And sponsorships will pay you to advertise.
Is he gonna do
content.
a sponsor?
However, in the case of Sunnyv2, his channel has no history of ever taking a sponsorship. Like he doesn't even have an email in his about section for companies to contact.
And he got 1 billion views. I don't understand why he didn't. Is he secretly rich this whole time?
Him on, which would mean his profits are solely through the YouTube ad revenue,
which is like $5 million.
Which means if YouTube ever did pull the plug on his channel, there will be
just take a sponsor, dimwit.
Nothing left to keep his channel running. And while this theory may sound
this video is sponsored by Raid Shadow Legends, like I can see it, you know,
a little far-fetched, it isn't completely impossible, because the reason people started speculating this idea about Sunnyv2 is because his channel doesn't have a community tab. And in most cases, when someone doesn't have a community tab, it usually indicates that their channel has been flagged or demonetized, either due to like repeated guideline violations or serious policy issues. But the only problem with that theory is that if you never posted a community post in the first place, the community tab also would never show up. Because if you go to one of my other accounts, and I'll show you guys here, I have no community tab on this page because I never made a community post. So
Wait, so he got a secret Roblox account where he's making money? Bro, this cursed guy is printing. Hold on a second.
Would never show up, because if you go.
Oh, he's hiding this. Yeah, I knew this guy, like, from the start, this cursed guy, or curse. Take a peek, bro. So he's been doing YouTube, and from the start, he's had the format down. You see? all the thumbnails perfect, all the content formatted. I DM'd him on Twitter. I'm like, this isn't your first time making videos. He's like, yeah.
Go to one of my other accounts and I'll show you guys here.
One of my other accounts, he's rich.
I have no community tab on this page because I never made a community post. So not having one doesn't always mean you got demonetized. So if he isn't demonetized and he's still making money from YouTube, then where on earth is he? Well, the
Taking a break, jerking it.
second theory, which is probably the most realistic, is that he's just burnt out. When you think
So it was never that deep.
about it from the perspective that
Sheesh, bro.
Sunnyv2 was posting every single Thursday for years without
What?
missing an upload,
Every
there
Thursday.
are no breaks and no vacations. And it's not like the videos
Is it crazy that I low-key miss
he
him?
makes are just super easy. They take
Bro, pink sauce. He covered the fuck out of
a
that.
lot of time to edit, like I stated earlier, which also involves a ton of digging and researching, which could make anyone burn out. Because with Sunny's content, he's not just watching a couple clips and calling it a day. He's going down internet rabbit holes, digging through old tweets, Reddit threads, YouTube comments, and much more, all to just put one video together. And when you're doing that for every single week non-stop for literal years, it's hard to not imagine someone getting tired of it, especially when the pressure of performance for him is so high, as well as him always having to make sure that the information he's reporting
What's this? His hypocrisy? So his video was about James Charles, Only JS Ninja, and Belle Delphine. And so what's the argument here? Yeah, I mean, he's been wrong on some stuff for sure, but I think overall he's emerged victorious, especially with him getting vindicated on Chris Tyson.
on is 100% correct, because when it isn't, or people don't agree with him, it can lead to a ton of backlash, just like it
That's
did on
true.
the Chris Tyson situation.
But he was
Back
vindicated.
then, when Sunnyv2 made a video on Chris Tyson titled "How Chris Tyson Will Become a Nightmare for Mr. Beast,"
He changed the title.
which basically predicted that
Being wrong on the internet is a capital offense. Yeah,
Chris
true.
Tyson coming out as trans would ruin Mr. Beast's entire brand, the entire internet hated him for that take.
Mr. Beast is upset with YouTuber Sunnyv2 after this video. So the very popular YouTuber Sunnyv2 just made a video titled "Why Chris Will Soon Be a Nightmare for Mr. Beast."
He was right.
Well, fans decided to tweet about Sunny's video, basically saying that
Fuck Chris
the
Tyson.
video feels very invasive, and saying that Sunny was unnecessarily harsh towards Chris in the video. Well, Mr. Beast ended up seeing the tweets about Sunny's video, and
All this transphobia is pissing me off.
he had a lot to say about it. Basically, he says Chris isn't his nightmare.
Isn't it crazy that the same people who are like, yeah, he's a W, are also the ones that are saying that he's an L the moment that he's like doing AI slop? Yo, you're pro-trans, I fuck with you unequivocally. You're pro-AI, I hate you unequivocally. I feel like, you know, like, maybe just don't be so fucking crazy.
He's his friend, that everything is fine with him and Chris, and that all the transphobia that has been spread about Chris
It's
lately
pissing
is
him off.
beginning to make him mad. What do
He's
y'all
mad.
think of this?
The video got slammed for being
I don't really care, to be honest. Like, the transphobia was kind of deserved. I'll just say that, to be honest with you.
transphobic, and Sunnyv2 lost like 20,000 subscribers because of one video. Oh yeah, and the video got like 170,000 dislikes, so it was something crazy. And even though we know how that turned
Lily Cristino,
out
true.
in the end, because Sunnyv2 was actually right, that doesn't change the point that the potential of him being hated on a massive scale for any video he chooses is very high. But even still, if he cared about that, then he may have quit a long time ago. And the truth is, if it wasn't Burnout or Demonetization
This is low-key, I think, what Chris Tyson looks like now.
or because of Backlash, then the real explanation is he just dipped. There was no drama, no warning, no scandal. He just decided to leave and he's done with it. But I doubt that'll be the case, and we'll just have to wait for him to make his next upload.
I love him for that. Sunnyv2, bro. Shout out to Sunnyv2 and Sunnyv1 and Chris Tyson for giving him the content and giving me the content by giving him the content. Honestly, he's not that bad. Okay, out of 10, I give him a 2 on the bad people scale. Honestly, a 1. Sunnyv2, you're a W in my books. I like you, bro.